Now you should be able to hear me. Hello. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome for joining. It is 10:01. I have 2 hours before the new year comes in. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here, have a good time, just chat, do a thing. We'll find out. I'll probably do like a fun year in review sort of stuff with some photos that I have that I've compiled from the past year. But yeah, it is pouring. So that's fun. I'm hoping my internet decides it wants to, continue functioning. Otherwise, that's gonna suck. But it should be okay. We should be fine. All should be well. I'm gonna let the things kind of happen. Let them do what they need. Kind of fill in. For at least a little bit. I know, with it being New Year's, most people, if they're on, like, the East Coast, have already gone to bed because it's an hour past. So, that's understandable, but there was one year I did this, that I sat and I streamed. I had a good time. Everything was a blast. And, I felt like that was a good way to bring in this year, too. Because it sounds like none of us are really gonna do a bunch. Like, we're not, going out. I'm not doing anything with my family this year. We're very much just kind of existing as it stands. So, weird. Why has that not gone? So yeah. Let me flip over to this one. Let me see where this one went. Or is this one being dumb too? Oh, I think this one just decided to be dumb too. Weird. It told me it was like, hey, I'm gonna go tweet out. But God, what profile did you tweet out of? That's a terrifying thought to think of. I don't even see it anywhere. But that's okay. I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna let everybody know that I am live. Or at least I should be. Let me look it up on Google to make sure that I am. Beep beep. Oh, I ran an ad. I ran an ad on myself. Oh boy. Bruh. Why do I do this to myself? I feel so bad for anybody that's coming into chat that's gonna be like, I have to watch an ad. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Okay. I am here. I'm functioning. I am around and alive. And I'm gonna post it in my Discord. It's in here. Sorry. I'm hoping that we get a few more people in. Like I said, I know it's New Year's, everybody's out, everybody's doing stuff, but then everybody that's on the East Coast, they're dead. Or at least attempting to sleep, because it did finally hit New Year's for them on that end. But over this side, I still got 2 hours. I got 2 drinks in front of me that we're gonna have a good time getting through. And we're gonna bring in the new year on stream. And I'm excited about it. So yeah, I probably should have put games together. That would have been helpful. I did none of that. I realized, like, with 20 minutes before I said I was gonna go live, I realized I was like, I should have, like, plugged in my Switch, or streamed from my PlayStation, any of the above, but then I realized that the cables aren't long enough to hit my computer, so, I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I am streaming off of my brand new computer. Y'all can't see it, but she's great. We finally managed to make her work. Thanks to some Wi-Fi adapter garbage that we should have gotten in the first place. I was told that we were not building my computer with a Wi-Fi connection in it. And that was a bummer, because I didn't really have a way to hardwire internet into my computer, and we tried everything under the sun. I'm not kidding, it was everything under the sun. Oh, hi, thanks for subbing. Yeah, I'm just going over my computer, the monstrosity. But yeah, we were going through, and, they were like, oh, you're not gonna want that, it's gonna cost you extra money, like, don't even worry about it, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, not a problem, I'm not too concerned, it'll be fine, I can get it to function. Literally everything we tried to get this computer to have internet was not working. We tried connecting through the coax. Well. Hello. Happy birthday. Glad to see you join. But yeah, I tried getting an extra modem. I tried getting a Mocha. I tried hardwiring in through a coax cable. I tried a coax adapter. I tried one of those adapters that goes from the coax to a Ethernet cable. I tried everything under the sun. It was not working, and I was getting so mad. And I felt so bad because I know that my coworker was the one that was helping me build it. And I know he was also like, she's never gonna let me touch anything again. She hates me from this. Oh my god, it's gonna be terrible. And I was like, admittedly, I'm kind of mad, but it's fine. So needless to say, we ended up kind of going backwards, and I now have a Wi-Fi adapter in my room with it hardwired into the computer, so it picks up our Wi-Fi that's downstairs. Because yeah, apparently I can't get internet from 2 different spaces, even though we split the line to where the line could have 2 places for internet. It is so aggravating. But hey, hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to my stream. I will be here all evening. And you want to know why it's going to be a good time? 'Cause I got 2 bottles! So we're gonna have a good time this evening. I unfortunately do not have extra hands that will be helping me this year for my stream. So I have 2 more downstairs. I got 2 more in my fridge. If I get through them, I will go get more. But I have a box of pizza behind me. I've got some cinnamon sticks. I'm here to keep myself awake. But yeah, just 2 more. Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 more. I've got a bottle of wine. I've got a few extra cans of other alcohol. But I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good because I have to be good for my con next week. Guys, did I tell you? I'm gonna be working ALA. And I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited. Not being good. Okay, you know what? I'm trying, and I can't even open these. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I am! It's like sweating in my hands! Let me figure out something that I'm okay ruining. Everything's like costumes right now, so I'm gonna hope that a costume can open this and it's not gonna be too mad at me. Nope. Oh no. Oh, there's no way in hell. I might already have to leave stream to open these. I probably should have done that before stream, but I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. You'll be good. That was a goddamn lie. It is super nostalgic, right? Yeah, I wanted to go back to doing one of these streams because I remember having such a blast the one year that I did and was up streaming for like 5 hours, and at the time I was still living with my parents, so my mom kept feeding me things, kept feeding me alcohol. Oh god, it was like the first year of quarantine. So everybody was at their own houses, everybody was doing their own thing. My entire family was on my stream, they were having such a good time. And, I mean, like, it was so much fun. I had such a good time. I hated life in the morning. I had 2 bottles of, like, full big bottles of champagne. Thank God I was eating, but I hated life. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like, it's been doing good. Hey, hi, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I know we're kinda going it in. Remember what motto? I had several. I don't know. Oh god, never mind. I know which one you're talking about. It's the whole, yep. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, and I was like, I don't remember it. I just want to open it. Well, that is open now. But yes, welcome to Natsume Streams, where you stay for her content and Ron's cat stories. Oh no, it's where you come for my content and stay for Ron's cat stories. That was how the motto goes. That's how it goes. But hey, hi, hello, welcome. Thanks for following. Hello, hello. Yeah, the rain is super crazy. It is pouring where I am. So yeah, so I was sitting here and I was like, okay, it is pouring outside. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be with anybody. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be home, be cozy, be cuddled up in some blankets. Here I am in a fancy ass dress streaming. So, needless to say, I managed to do half of those items. I'm still home, but I am not comfy. You're gonna be leaving soon. Okay, well that's fine. I think you should go enjoy your birthday. If and when I see you at ALA, please come find me because I have your birthday gift. So that would be cool. I'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks. But hi! Hello, Starless! I'm so glad that you're joining for, like, I don't know how long you guys are gonna be here, because I know it's past New Year's for you guys. I think? I don't know, what time zone are you in? Are you in Central? I'm so used to thinking about things in Central Time because my work is stationed in Wisconsin. It's in Wisconsin. So everything that we do is in Central Time, so it's always 2 hours before we are. So I always have to think about that, where I'm like, okay, I have to make sure that I've got everything in at like 11:30, because everything, by that point, it's like mid-afternoon over there. So it's a hot mess. I just like to double check on time zones for stuff, because especially with the new year, I think that's what it was. The last year that I did this, I was bringing in the new year, each of the time zones, and it was so much fun. Day from the future. They are. I'm gonna take a drink now. I'm gonna get crunk. Let's get started. Why do I like the black? This is not my favorite one. Apple drinks. I love the ciders. The ciders are so good. I'm here for ciders. Hello, welcome. Thanks for following. I appreciate you. Phrasing. I didn't think about that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I don't know if Starless is still here, but thank you. Thank you for the cute bean. He is so good. And so soft and so squishy. I adore so much. But yeah, so that's kind of how it's going. So yeah, I don't really have a lot planned for the next 2 hours. 2.5 hours, because I'm sure I'm not going to cut it right at midnight and be like, dipping. I'm good. I'm going to bed. So I'm trying to figure out what I should have done instead. God, he is so darn cute. I kind of feel bad because, like, I kind of had to brush him because his face, he kind of has just, you know, some fur that kind of covers some eyeballs. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna brush him, I'm gonna make sure his face can be seen. But yeah, I don't have a name. I don't have a name for, like, any of the Pushins. Which is a staggering amount at this point. I can see 3 that I have currently. But this one is so dang cute. And having it on my wish list, I was like, he fits a cute aesthetic. Look at him do. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you. So yeah, the only thing that I did have planned was I do have photos to go through as kind of like a look back at my year. Let's see what kind of crazy shenanigans I got up to this year, because Lord knows I do a few. But yeah, I mean, it's more of like just a, oh, what cons did I go to? What photo shoots did I do? What cosplays did I take different places? What were the big achievements I did? You know, the usual look back and reflect on myself to make sure I go into 2023 with a brand new, better outlook on life. So yeah. I have that queued up in a in one of the Google Drives right now that I'm sure I will go over and kind of go through some dumb things, but otherwise I've actually been packing for cons because like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be at ALA. I will be working ALA as somebody that's part of the Cosplay Deviant booth. And I'm so excited. It's my first event team. I mean, I don't really count the Anime Expo one. I do, but I don't. Like, I did technically work it, but it wasn't a Cosplay Deviant working. I was working for Kagura Games, which, great company. They have a lot of games on Steam that I think we cannot check out on Steam, on stream. So we're not doing that anytime soon. But yeah, getting ready for ALA, I've been trying to get everything together, trying to put my wigs and stuff together, ordered contacts that I know are not going to be here on time, so I apologize ahead of time because I will probably not be having contacts in for most of my costumes, which is probably better for everybody, because then I'm not going to get cranky, and I'm not going to want to... Nah. as I'm working in probably like 5-inch heels. I'm trying really hard to mitigate not needing heels this year though, because standing and not having like a 10 square foot radius to exist in and walk around in, not a good time. Not a good time. So I'm trying to figure out ways to mitigate that, but I'm excited nonetheless. I believe I've shared my costume lineup. I think. Yeah, I did. I posted it in my Discord. Wherever my Discord is. But yeah, I don't have a strict, like, guideline on who I'm doing when. Yeah. Contacts that early is a bad time. I don't like doing it. It's also really rough because I get all of mine prescription color contacts. So not only is it difficult because I just physically can't see, but I have also been really bad about my contacts in trying to get them reordered after they're past their expiration date. So I sit there with, like, a bottle of the cleanser. It's not a cleanser, it's a contact solution. I'd sit there with a contact solution and just sit there and, like, for a minute trying to scrub out any of, like, the dirt, the eyeliner, anything that I might have had in my contacts before. And then I put them in my eyes, and I don't think I could ever accurately describe the pain of putting them in my eyes. It is a burn. It feels like, it's not even like a fire burn, because like fire singes, they don't feel as like stinging. Like, it's a stinging burn. Like, it's almost like you, like, electrocuted needles and decided to stab me in the eye repeatedly for 5 minutes. That's the best that I can think of. So it sucks. So, I've gotten better about it over the last little bit, but it's not my favorite. So, I apologize ahead of time. I'm probably not going to be in contacts. Everybody will thank me later. You're welcome. Oh. Okay. So, yeah. So, my costumes. God. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a photo and then just, like, shove it in you guys' screens. Bum, 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 bum. This is my lineup. Y'all can't see for shit. There it goes. So I've got Makima one day. I'm gonna do Nurse Marin. The other one, come on, focus. I'm gonna do Makima one day. I'm gonna do Nurse Marin. My Valentine, because there's no way in hell I'm ever traveling with her wig. Momo, and then Junko is who I'm going to do for the party. So I'm excited about that. I tried on all my costumes to make sure that they all still fit. Because I may or may not have worn most of these costumes in a minute. Admittedly, so when it comes to, like, planning my cosplay lineups, usually if I'm doing anything, it's gonna be, like, costumes I already have. That's usually something that's totally, it is what it is. I don't really like having to go through and, like, buy new things just to wear at this con for something specific, whatever. So that's usually stuff that's already in my repertoire. I tend to get new costumes for the parties that we do for Deviants. And that's just because we get some random themes, and I may or may not already have things that work for it, but I think it's more exciting to pull out really random costumes for them. So this year I did end up getting Junko for the party because I was also trying to look for a costume that had interesting places, like open spaces, for when we're dancing, and we want to get tips. So I can put it in some good fun places and try and hide it. So that's yeah. That was my reasoning behind that one. And I also wanted to get, like, costumes that had, like, wigs that were, like, up, because having long hair against your back as you're trying to dance, and it's sweat, and it's getting knotted, it is a nightmare to try to brush out. I think I have forever ruined my 02 wig because of that. Which is unfortunate, but it's okay. I'll just get a new one. At this point, it should be fine. But yeah, I otherwise, everything else I've kind of had in a repertoire for a while, and I haven't really worn to cons. I think I've only worn Makima to cons. And I started wearing her at ALA last year. So that was fun. I will have Puchita with me, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so I've got that con that I'm planning for, and then the following week out here we've got Anime Impulse, which I'm still deciding on, and I'm only deciding on it because, and I can discuss this now because I've been given the okay, I will be flying to Texas to be part of the IkiCon team for Cosplay Deviants. And I am so excited. I have another con that I'm going to in January. But yeah, it's basically, it goes ALA first weekend, and then I've got Anime Impulse, and then I've got IkiCon the next weekend. And bitch, if that ain't trouble. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to worry about trying to do Impulse this year, or if I go for, like, just a day and go for food, or kind of what I should be doing for that. So that's something that's still very much up in the air. Haven't figured it out, but yeah, that's the other pile of clothes that you see right here. Right here. Right here. Those are my costumes I'm trying to work together for IkiCon. I believe it's their first year of Deviants going. I don't know if it's the first year of the con. I don't know. The only cool thing that I do know is it's held in like a water park. And I'm so excited about that. So, I'm pulling out swimsuit cosplays and making that work for most of the con. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll probably post about that tomorrow. Because I don't exactly want to be like, hey, I'm on this team, but I'll see you in 2 weeks on this team. So, we'll see how it goes. But as of right now, that's kind of where I'm standing, and I'm very excited about it. A little terrified. It's my first time flying. I know it will be fine. I know it will be fine. I just don't know how it's gonna feel, so I'm a little concerned. But I know that I'll just pop in some headphones, grab a book, call it a day, and I should be good. It's like a 2.5, 3 hour flight. Like, it's relatively minimal. It's not like the 45 minutes it is from LA to Vegas, but, you know, it's fine. It's gonna be fun. Well, goodbye! 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 Thanks for joining! Thanks for popping by. I appreciate you. Come back sometime soon. It would be nice. Enjoy your birthday. Enjoy the new year. Come pop in and come say hi then. And then you're free. And then I will see you when I see you. Have fun. Goodbye. 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 Happy birthday. Make sure your friends get you to have a good time. Like we were doing here. But yeah, so kind of figuring out cons, kind of figuring out what costumes I'm taking where, trying to figure out what things work for what cons and different things, but you know, it's kind of how it goes. So yeah, so I'm deciding. Ultimately, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to Impulse for at least a day. I probably will not do any sort of, like, costuming. I think I will go as a filthy casual. Because I can't imagine trying to stress myself out with having to do that many cons in a row. Like, we did that earlier this year. When did we do it? We did it earlier this year where it was back to back and then we had a week break and then it was to another one. And it was brutal. Oh, I think it was during November, beginning of December. We had the break for Thanksgiving. God, what did we do? I think we had Anime Pasadena and then Thanksgiving and then we went into LACC, but I can't remember what the one before that was. Oh, God, I don't remember. I don't remember that far back. I don't remember last week. But yeah, that's really my only concern, is that that's gonna be so many cons, so back to back, that it's just gonna be overwhelming and I'm gonna hate life. And I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy my time. I want to enjoy my time being in Texas for the first time. I would like to enjoy meeting everybody and not having to stress out and freak out about it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it is exciting. I'm very excited about it. I think I think most of us are going to be posting about it soon. It's not anything that we're necessarily promoting right now because ALA is the next big thing. So after ALA happens, then we're going to be talking more about IkiCon. But that's okay. That's kind of where I'm at with cons. I don't know. I can't decide if I'm going to take a back seat to cons this year or if I'm going to go to as many as I can. I haven't decided. I think usually I tend to go to most of the SoCal cons. I tend not to necessarily go to like the one day like pop-up event cons or anything like that. Just because they manage to always put them like Saturday nights, and I'm like, bruh. Why it gotta be a Saturday night? If it was a Saturday day, fine. But it's Saturday night, and I would like to be in bed. Thank you, good day. I am an old lady. So yeah, so that's something I'm gonna kind of figure out as we kind of go through the year, but, you know, I am definitely expecting to kind of still go to my normal ones, depending, so we'll kind of see what happens. But you. I was gonna kind of wait till we hit 11 to kind of do my year in review, so then I can talk about some dumb stories there, but I don't know, I might have to do it early because I might continue to talk. I don't know, like, what are you guys excited for the new year? Does anybody have any sort of resolutions or anything? Did you guys manage to hold any of your resolutions from last year? I don't think I did any of mine. Full disclaimer. I don't think I did any of mine. Then again, I don't think I actually ever make resolutions. Which I feel like I should. I should make like a sticky note or something and like plaster it somewhere where I see it every day, like my garage door. So that I can sit there and I could be like, yes, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get this done. I haven't done that. So that's rather unfortunate, but I think if I were to do any sort of resolutions this year, it would be to at least do like a photo shoot like once a month. I think that's relatively something I can shoot for. I've got this space here, right here. So yeah, I've got like a studio space that's right here next to my streaming setup. So I'm able to do like home shoots, but I feel like I kind of want to reach out to different photographers this year and try and, you know, like schedule them a little bit more, where I, you know, meet with them at like a studio and like shoot some random dumb stuff or, you know, whatnot. Like, I don't necessarily always want to be making like deviant sets, but it would be cool to kind of make like small personal projects, kind of do like these small things that I can get out way ahead of time. You know, eventually I would like to be putting more sets available on, like, my other unmentionable sites. So that's just something that I would like to be doing. I think I can make that like a resolution. But God, I really have to get a planner for that because it's a busy life. So I would definitely have to make time for it, but I think it's something I can do. I think. So, but yeah, I think that's something that I'm gonna try doing, like, first thing tomorrow morning. Reach out to everybody, be like, hey, I know you shoot content. You want to shoot with me? So, I think that's something I'm going to try to do. And make it to where we, sorry guys. And make it to where we kind of have stuff planned ahead of time. So yeah, I think that's my New Year's resolution, is to do a photo shoot once a month and make sure that I get all of my photographer friends involved. Which feels like that should actually be doable. So, I'm very much a person that, like, I would like to very much make sure that my resolutions aren't so far outlandish. Like, I'm not one of those people that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start going to the gym. No. That's one of those ones that I've had repeatedly that, like, I go for, like, a little bit of time, and then, like, I'll take a break, and then I'll go back in, like, April, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll come back in, like, June, and I'll take another break. Like, it's never a consistent thing for me, and, like, it sucks having it that way, but at the same time, I cannot complain about that yet. So, plus, I'm getting into the habit now of just, like, focusing on, like, home workouts, not necessarily having to, like, physically go into a gym. Because physically going into a gym is just a lot of extra work. I'm already exhausted when I walk in. And that's not how I should feel going into the gym. So, I've kind of started small little things here, doing small, like, stretches and workouts and whatever that I can physically do on this floor behind me. But yeah, that's always been one where I'm like, it's never happened, it's never worked, I don't know what could make it work, so I'm not even gonna try to make it one. So that's always a fun one whenever I hear that one. Like, I fully believe it's possible for all of us to make that happen. I just don't think any of us follow through on it. So, realistically, it's probably not likely. So I think we should make more attainable resolutions in our lives and make them a little bit more realistic to where we can be like, okay, these are the kind of time frames I'm working with. So, I don't know. Resolutions are always so weird. They're so weird. I always get like that. It's not a grape aftertaste, but it's a grape aftertaste. I don't know what the taste is. I don't know. But that's the thing, is like, the minute I swallow, it's okay, and then like, it's like, boom, sits in. I'm much more of like a fan of like Stella's, like, which ones do they make? They make a lot of really good ones. They make a really good blueberry one. If y'all ever get the chance to. The Stella Rosa blueberry. So good. I like a lot of their pinks. I like their reds. Their red is my favorite, I think. I think that was one I ran through the other day. But yeah. I've slowly gotten into liking more of the wines and spirits and things like that. Maybe I'm becoming a little bit more sophisticated in my old lady nature. I now am no longer like, yeah, I'm gonna toss vodka shots. Drink it straight out of the bottle. I can't do that anymore. I can't do it. Oh. I was an animal before I turned 21. The minute I hit 21, I was like, okay, mixed drinks. I like rums. Rums are good. Now I'm kind of like I'll take ciders. if I take any at all. 'Cause, yeah. again, alcohol, it's not a good thing before a con, but this is a special occasion. I basically held off trying to do anything alcohol related this past week or two. That way I could make sure that I had today to drink, and then I figured I was gonna get mammered one night at the con. Which I probably won't, because your girl, I have no idea how I do it, but I am stone cold sober during our parties. And I have no idea how I manage. The things I do while I am sober. Oh my god. So, I figure it would probably be like we will go out to dinner one night, and I will get like a drink to celebrate we've got like 30 birthdays that we're celebrating, and we are doing all of these cool things, and yeah. So, I'll probably get at least one drink for that, but otherwise, I can't imagine doing a lot more than that. But yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see, how are we on time? I think we're doing pretty good on time. Alright. Chat. Let me know if you would like to go through photos now. They are in no particular order. They are in order of their file name. So they are going to be so out of order it's not even funny. But we can go through them, and I can tell you fun stories about some of them. Or I can just skip over some of them. But I figure I pulled out photos that were of each time I was in a costume, at either a con or at a photo shoot. So it's gonna be cosplay related. Whether that's I was doing some photo shoots with our photographers, I was shooting cosplay deviant sets, I was shooting calendar, I was working an event, I went to go see people randomly at things, I was part of group cosplays, whatever. It's a whole hot mess, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of things I did. I think I've got like 35 photos, and I'm like, oh boy. Which is good. I don't think that's... I feel like that's pretty normal. I know that there's still other photo shoots like that I haven't gotten photos back from. I know that there's been things that I've done that I just didn't get photos from because I'm an idiot and hate pulling out my phone for photos. So that's probably something I should also get better at this year. But, and this is a really cool idea, and I'm really excited to test this out at ALA. I have a little camera. If anybody comes to come visit me at ALA, or anybody that buys any of my merch, I will take a photo with them, and they can take it with them on the road. So, I have 60 photos in here. I have 60. I hope that's enough. But yeah, I figured this was gonna be like a really good way to like immortalize like the stuff that we were doing at the booth. I figured I would get photos with all of us girls that are working the booth, kind of each day, kind of to commemorate kind of what's going on. Do different things, but I definitely wanted to get more in a mindset of it would be really cool to be able to, like, sign photos, like, the instant photos, like, right then and there, and, like, let people go, and it's, like, an extra thing that people don't normally get. So, I'm excited to test this bad boy out at Anime Los Angeles. So, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, That's gonna be kind of how my, oh god, how the con goes, and hopefully it goes okay. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it. I have nowhere to hide that. I have nowhere to hide that while I'm working. So, it's gonna be behind the counter, I think. But anyway, let me pull up our lovely photos for the evening. Aha! Alright, I get to sit this way now. Make sure I'm still relatively in scene. Oh, but I should get rid of the... Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have our first photo. Don't mind my cute little mouse over here. But yeah, we've got our first photo of the evening. This one was actually shot at Anime Expo, or the week of Anime Expo, which was super cool. It was super fun. We all had a really good time. Smod and Starless came down for a big shoot fest. It was big 3-day shoot fest. I can't even tell you how many photo shoots we did that week. That in that time frame. I think I did 9 or 10. I don't know. I brought a dumb amount of costumes. Thank God I had my car. Otherwise I would have screamed. But yeah, this set is actually kind of what started us doing our shoot fests with them. This group was so fun. But yeah, this was essentially like what kind of like kickstarted us into thinking about doing a shoot fest. Is Smod and Starless were like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Do you want to do the set with us? And I was like, this would be so fun. I'm so excited. Fuck this costume though. This costume I had to order 3 different times. Because the first time I got it, it was the wrong costume because they sent it over to me with, the collar was the white collar, and I was like, this is not it. This is not the one that I wanted. Please remove this. So I had to send it back, then I reordered it. Then that one didn't make it in on time, so I had to find, like, a rush order costume. Managed to find one. I don't know where at this point. But got it all in, got everything done, and it was super fun. Malady actually wasn't originally part of this group. I got Malady her costume. She wanted to do stuff with it, and I was like, you know what? She could be part of our group. Let's make it happen. So, it was like the week or so before the con where I was like, I'm gonna scroll through people's wish lists and order stuff off of some of them. And got her that so she could do this with us. Unfortunately, it did not get taken, but that's okay because it's still a great set. They're missing out. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Yes, this is also a really fun one. So, again, same weekend, Anime Expo weekend. You're gonna hear that a lot from me. I came into this shoot so unprepared. So unprepared. So me and Smod ended up switching wigs, and we also switched contacts. And then I realized that I didn't have the gloves or stockings, and then I'm also in their shoes. And I was like, thank you. Thank you for having my ass. But like this was such a fun set to make. And we actually originally were thinking of having this photo set for Halloween this year. That was our original plan for Cosplay Deviants. Didn't quite work out, but Smod and Starless, they had their sets go live for Halloween, and I'm so excited about it. They looked great for Halloween. But yeah, this was originally our Halloween costume. I'm glad that they saved me, because this would not have gone well. I was so stressed out. But they were wonderful, and I'm so glad that they helped, and that they were there to kind of help finagle some stuff around. But yeah, we ended up shooting this Friday morning before the con. So we were there at the studio. I think we were at the studio at like 8. And shot a few different things, so it was cool, it was fun. So yeah, so look forward to this one on Cosplay Deviants sometime soon in the future. I don't know when, but sometime. This was also an Anime Expo. That's just gonna be a running theme. Anime Expo. Anime Expo is where all of these were taken so far. So yeah, so this set, is me and Starless doing Demon Slayer. This is probably my favorite photo of the set, and I'm so bummed that it's my favorite photo, because there is a leaf covering my eyes, and it is so perfectly censored. It's so good! But yeah, this was a lot of fun kind of putting together. This was my first time at this studio. I think they'd been here previously. And, with it being my first time, like, I was kind of like, oh, everything's really cool, I'm super excited about that. It is, yeah, no, that's why I showed this photo specifically, because this is my favorite photo of the set, but goddamn, that freaking leaf. But yeah, this was such a pretty set. Like, I cannot describe how pretty this is. And I am so looking forward to this going live on Deviants. It's also in queue. We'll get it sometime. But yeah, it just, the way that the lighting was, the way that kind of, you know, me and Starless kind of worked together really nicely for this. Like, it was a little awkward to begin with, but like, we kind of figured it out, and I think my hesitation was because it was such a small space to work in. I was trying to kind of figure out how we were going to make 2 people function in a relatively small space. But I think we nailed it. We nailed it. And it's such a pretty set. Oh my god. It's so pretty. So yeah, so this is my cute little preview, for that set coming live. Probably in like 2024 at this point. We probably got like a year and a half. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one. First con of the year. Second con of the year. Second con of the year. This was at Anime Impulse. So this was like my second time wearing Makima. Still trying to kind of figure it out. Still trying to figure out her contacts, because her contacts, they're not like contacts that cover your complete eye, but because they have the color, it actually obstructs your vision. So they're fun to walk around in, because you see yellow, like, depending on where you kind of look. The yellow of the contact won't move as fast as your eye will. So there will be some times where, like, you'll catch the yellow as you're kind of moving your eyes around, and it's really cool. But yeah, this day specifically, I was not having my wig. It was doing things, and I was ready to, like, rip it off of my hair, or, like, rip it off of my head, and, like, just throw it somewhere, do something else with it, because I had to, like, keep pulling it forward, and, like, the bangs were sitting in such a way where they kept getting in my eyes. And at least this wig, it's got very thick fiber hairs. So they're very stiff. And them trying to do anything, they don't move, they don't like, being anywhere. So it was a hot mess to deal with this wig all day. I hated it. I hated my life. But it's a really cool costume, and I'm really excited to wear it at Anime Los Angeles next week. That is next week. Oh! We have me at WonderCon! Okay, so this was WonderCon, so this gets held April 1st weekend. It's typically like the first weekend in April, or the last week of March. So this was super exciting. It's not one of my favorite costumes. I kind of put it together, because I ended up doing a shoot with this costume, and so, like, I just bought, like, a leotard. I actually, like, Cricut cut out the Batman symbol and ironed it on. So it's not the most fitting of costumes, unfortunately, but, it's still pretty nice. I still like it. It's one of the only times I actually bring out, like, orange hair, and I really like the bright hair. I have been told that I'm very much a, like, shapeshifter when it comes to my hair, because I can put on most colors, and I work with all of the colors. So, I think that's really cool. I think that that's kind of a fun, unique trait, I guess. I'm gonna need to have some pizza sometime behind me. But yeah, this was the last day of WonderCon. So, not too exciting. Nothing too fun. This was Ren Fair. Ren Fair was May? I think it was in May? I don't remember, admittedly. But that's okay. But yeah, this was actually my first time wearing Merida. And I don't know how I did it, but kids loved me. It was so cute. I had, like, a lot of, like, little girls come up to me, and they knew exactly who I was, and it was super cool. But then I guess there were also, like, Disney theme park people that were also there that day that very much thought that I was the Merida that they had. So that was really cool. Yeah, I really like this costume. It's really nice. It's nice fabric. I can just wear my hair however, and it is totally fine. I didn't realize that her hair is just kind of always disheveled, so, like, there's no real right way to wear her hair. And I think that's really cool about it. This was also, like, my first time doing faux freckles. Granted, I didn't do them very well. I was actually doing them with, like, my black eyeliner. So by the end of the day, they were kind of smearing into, like, the black, black marks. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool. Ren Fair was really fun. There is a YouTube video somewhere, that, people were taking, like, video of the stuff, and, like, they had a full-blown conversation about me, because they managed to catch me in one of their clips, and they're like, yeah, there was a Merida here, there was a Merida there, wait, that's the same Merida! So it was really cool. It was really cool. Kind of enjoyed finding that after the fact, because I didn't realize that, like, there were so many people that were super into Ren Fair and kind of how all that stuff works, so I'm excited about that coming back around this next year. Hopefully it does. I keep seeing ticket sales for it, so I think it will be around. But yeah, that's That's Ren Fair. I got to be Merida. I got to be the person that is the princess that actually represents my nation of ethnicity. So, it's cool. Very exciting. Oh, this was Star Wars Celebration. I had no intention of going. No intention of going. I went as Padme. I believe this is from the second movie. This is the second movie. I'm not a Star Wars person. I had no intention of coming to this con, and the guy that's next to me, Rebel, he was like, here, we're gonna go have a good time, here's your ticket, I'm going as this character, and I was like, okay. So, I tried quickly, like, looking through Amazon to see what costumes I could get here in time that were through, like, Prime or something. None of them were Prime. So, I had to pray. I had to play Russian roulette to see if any of the costumes were gonna get here on time. And, this one did. I mean, it's not my favorite costume. I really hate that it's all white. I'm not an all-white kind of person. They get hella dirty really fast. But I think for the day it was really cool. Also, fun story about this one. We were the people that were, like, behind us in line. The guy in, like, the yellow shirt and whatnot. We ended up finding them later, sometime in the con hall. And, they kind of stopped us for a minute to take a photo, and they were like, oh, like, what's on your back? The previous day, I had decided to go to the beach, and I got really sunburned. So I had the tan lines from my bathing suit. Everything else was so red. So I had to make sure in all of my photos I had my back turned to everything to make sure, like, the redness of my back wasn't there. But he was like, oh, I thought it was, like, just really cool designs. I didn't know, like, if you were here yesterday and that was part of your costume yesterday. And I was like, no. I was dumb and forgot sunscreen at the beach. So, yeah, that was fun. I still haven't learned my lesson about beaches and suntanning. I am gonna get burned every time I go, and it's gonna be good. This was Anime Expo. This was not a photo shoot this time, though. This was day 2? Day 2. I think this was Saturday. I went with Malady to the Deviants booth to go, like, be a part of it for about an hour to where we could, you know, have people kind of, like, stop by, come say hi to us. You know, that we could actually physically sit there and sign stuff if anybody got anything of ours. That way people didn't have to keep coming to, like, the booth, like, 3 doors down, to come get me, and then Malady was just around doing her stuff. But it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. I was actually standing next to my Jessie Lenticular for a while, and there were people that would, like, come look at it, and I was like, hey, you can come buy this. And they kind of look at me, and I'm like, oh, by the way, that's me. And they look at me, they look back at the print, they look back at me, they look at the print, and they're like, oh, hey, it is you! So, I had so many people, like, not even register that it was, like, the same person, same character, same everything. So, that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, it was cool being able to, like, be part of the booth for a little bit, kind of see what was going on, kind of just be a part of that for a little bit, and then I had to jump ship 2 doors down and go be part of the Kagura Games booth. Sorry. I've been picking at that for like an hour. So yeah, so I did Jessie for the day, and when Troy saw me actually by my lenticular, he kind of got the wide eyes and was like, "You're in the thing! You did the thing!" And he made me, like, pull down my poster and take a photo with my poster. It was so cute. I definitely would like doing that again. I am not wearing Jessie anytime soon to a con. I hated life. It was so hot. So, but yeah, that's actually during Anime Expo. This is also during Anime Expo. This is me actually at the Kagura Games booth. So, again, I don't know if anybody knows Kagura Games. Basically, they are a platform. They're not like, they're publishers. They're publishers of Japanese games on Steam. So they essentially take Japanese games and translate them and put them on the Steam marketplace and sell them. Because of where this booth is, we were in the 18 plus section. This is why I'm not playing any of their games on stream. If you catch my drift. So that was a lot of fun because everybody that would walk by, they were really kind of confused why we were there. And, like, would ask us, like, what our favorite games were, and we were like, I don't know, like, we keep having people come tell us to do this game, or this game. So there's actually the one that I actually did get the photo of is Summer Memories. It's this one right here, Summer Memories. That was the one that we got told to go play quite a few times. So that ended up becoming, like, the running joke of the booth, is that, like, anytime we had somebody ask us, like, what our favorite games were, we would be like, well, we're actually gonna go up to the hotel room, and we're gonna be playing Summer Memories for research. Just strictly for research, though. Not for any fun. Just to make sure that we like it. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun. But yeah. So this was day 3 of the con. Oh, yeah. Day 3 of the con. Fun. Good time. Day 4 of the con. I had a meltdown. I had the hardest time trying to put my wig on for this day. I had the hardest time because it wasn't sitting correctly. So I had a meltdown and kinda did the wig snatch. And it is now forever tangled somewhere in my wig bucket. But yeah, otherwise this was a lot of fun. Like, basically our last shift, because I was afternoon shift on the last day, the girls that were working in the morning, we had a whole bunch of, like, different pamphlets and different stickers, different everything to kind of hand out for this booth. We come walking in the afternoon shift, and they're like, yeah, everything's gone. You can just sit and chat. So we were like, okay, let's sit and chat. So I ended up, like, sitting on the table for most of the shift, and just kind of, like, chatting to everybody that would kind of come by. But I was kind of really bummed that this didn't work out as nicely as I wanted it to. So I'm hoping to definitely revisit Amber sometime. 'Cause yeah, this was not it. This was not it. Anime Impulse Orange County. Or Anime Impulse OC, as we called it. This was day 2. So this was the Sunday. The first day we were there, it was sweltering. So me, Sony, and Malady decided that we were going to come the next day in bathing suits. And all of us did a Demon Slayer theme for our bathing suits, so it was a lot of fun. That was my first time, like, wearing a bathing suit to a con. I still did a cover-up because I was like, alright, this needs to be family-friendly. So I ended up taking my witch Shinobu robe and kind of walking around with that, and that was long sleeve. It, like, almost hits the floor. It was really cool. I have no idea if Anime Impulse... So Anime Impulse this year is going to be... It is on the 14th and 15th, but I have no idea when the Orange County one is. I don't know if the Orange County one is coming back. So the Orange County one was held, like, in the middle of summer. I think it was in, like, August. Hold on. Let me look at my calendar real fast. My calendar will tell us where it was. Because I don't live functionally without this. It was September. It was September 3rd and 4th. So, ideally, it's probably going to be the same time frame when this one was. We figured out that sitting kind of in this overhang, it's not a canopy area, but it's a canopy area. So we figured that out, that was the coolest place to be in because it's got concrete floors. And the concrete floors, they don't heat up very well. So we kind of sat here for most of the con. And it was a lot of fun. Yes, this was the first Orange County one. This was the first Orange County. It was their first time doing it. And they did great. I mean, there were issues the first day where they had issues with the AC. But that was something, like, you can't really control when an air conditioning's gonna blow. Like, so, for all intents and purposes, I think they did fine. I don't think it was any issues. I enjoyed my time. It's just that it was hot as balls. Is Impulse that's happening right after ALA? Yes, that is the one that's happening right after ALA. Yes. Impulse is literally the next weekend. That's why I said for me, January is going to be a fun month deciding if I want to go, because it goes ALA weekend, which is the first weekend in January, then you've got Impulse, which is the second weekend in January, then I've got IkiCon, which is the third weekend in January. So I can't decide if I want to go to Impulse or not. But I will probably go because they have the best food options I've ever encountered to any con. Because it's also like 4 different cons that are all kind of put together in one complex. So it's also like an Asian marketplace. It ends up being the anime con. It ends up being like either makeup or sneakers or something else. So there's always just a ton of food vendors, and it is so good for the food. The food is so good. So good. But yeah, so that was this con. There was a con. We shot a Captain America set. So this has been a dream for me and Malady to shoot this for 3 years now. We were just waiting to find somebody that would do Captain America with us. So me, Malady, and Sony, we all had the USO girl costumes. And unfortunately, our guy that was supposed to do Captain America doesn't exactly do too many shoots with us anymore, or is kind of, he's got a busy schedule, so it's a little hard to pin him down. So there was one day where we brought out the Captain America costume, and Sony tried it on, and Sony fit perfectly in it. So we ended up deciding to, like, shift gears and have it to be me and Melanie be the USO dancers. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. It's not quite New Year for me yet. I still got 38 minutes. I am so glad I can still do math. But hello. Welcome. I'm just doing a review of all of the fun costumes and things that I've done this year. So, I think we're... How many are we in? I don't know. I think we're like 8 in. I still got 20 to go. So yeah. So this was kind of like a dream for us to shoot. So we ended up kind of putting it together. We were hoping for like some 4th of July release. But it was really pretty set. For the most part. I know that I wasn't necessarily, like, the biggest fan of the set. I had more of an issue with it because since there was 3 of us that were in this shoot, none of us were really on cue with anybody. So in a lot of the photos, I was looking down, I was blinking, I was kind of like half mid-movement. So it is what it is. It ended up not getting taken for Cosplay Deviants, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm kind of like I'm not surprised. I know Sony was very upset that it didn't make it. Because for her, it's a gorgeous set for her. For me, not as much. But they basically came back and just said, it's a little awkward, it's a little too campy, you know, whatnot, because it ended up being the Captain America ended up being, like, the old Captain America, like, the original, like, bright blue, like, helmet with wings, and, like, it just... it was hella campy. So we ended up, I mean, we'll probably try to revisit this another time, but I think we're all still a little burned by it, so we're gonna hold off for a little bit, but I thought this was such a cute outfit. I would love to bring this back sometime. So yeah. That's us doing the Captain America USO girls. Oh! I went to the Final Fantasy Distant Worlds concert. I kinda did a Disney-bound Final Fantasy edition of Jessie. So I took, like, most of her color schemes. So I've got the red for the hair, the red bandana that she has in her hair. I'm in the blue of, like, her jumpsuit that she's usually in, and then I've got the silver chains, to kind of give that more classy, elevated look of her, like, chainmail. And then I did the silver of the shawl to kind of do that over, and then she's got her pouches and stuff, which are the browns. So, I sat here, and I was like... this is gonna be a mess, but I'm gonna make it work. So we got there, and, like, it was so cool. They ended up playing music from, like, all of the games, because essentially this was the 35th anniversary. So they did music from Final Fantasy 1 up to 15. And I was steps away from Yoko Shimomura. Steps steps. Your girl was screaming when they made the announcement that she was in the audience with us. Oh my god. Room with legends. It was so cool. So yeah, like, it was a really fun night. I definitely would love to go again. I definitely think of, if anybody likes Final Fantasy or likes their music or anything, trying to catch that when it comes around is a lot of fun. I know that it does tend to come around every few years, so just be on the lookout for it. So yeah, that was that. That was this night. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. This was, let me see how this actually turned out. Okay, this is, okay. This was, we were in Long Beach. It's the Long Beach Convention. Oh, it was Anime Expo Chibi. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I have no idea what con this was. Anime Expo this year decided that they were gonna have a second con that was kind of focused a little bit more on the vendors, as opposed to, like, whatever else Anime Expo is focused on. So, we were in the Long Beach Convention Center. I didn't really have plans for this con. I kind of just went to go to kind of see how it would go. And this was my first time wearing Rin, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, Anime Expo Chibi was a lot of fun. They understood the assignment of how to take a large-scale con and make it a small con. So, they did great. I think 10 out of 10, absolutely appreciate them doing that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We ended up, after the con, I went with a group of people, with a group of our friends, and we went out to a Jollibee's. And we walk in, half of us are still in costume, half of us are in normal clothes, and we walk in, and mind you, this Jollibee's is also attached to, like, a Filipino, supermarket. So, you kind of got, like, glass windows kind of everywhere. We walk in, and the people that are, like, behind the kitchen, like, they are looking around to see, like, what we're doing, and they end up getting, like, everybody in the back to kind of, like, look at us, and it was so funny, because we finally had one of the workers come out to us, and he was like, hey, would you guys mind being in my photo? And, like, so we ended up taking a photo with him, and then, he also did the photo stuff that, you take a photo every day at the same time. We were also in that with him. And, like, then he went back to the back and was, like, telling all of the coworkers about it. It was so cute. It was so cute watching him do this. But yeah, we ended up leaving when it closed. And we saw all of them, and it was so wholesome, because it's so fun to see how people react to, like, weebs outside of cons. So, it was really cute. It was a lot of fun. This was the last con. What was the last con? Anime Pasadena. This was Anime Pasadena. I was part of a group cosplay. We all did a huge Haikyuu group. Most of these people I have never met in my life. Admittedly, I probably won't do anything with them in the future. Which kind of, it's just because there's the age gap. A lot of these people, we ended up getting invited in through a mutual friend. But a lot of the people that were there were, like, 19, 20, and were, like, screaming. I don't have the head capacity for that anymore. So I'm just, like, like, away from everybody taking photos, but I'm like, I still am part of the group, but like, you have to really get my attention if you want me to be in some of this stuff, because I can't be around you guys. You guys give me a headache. So, I mean, it was still a lot of fun, but I don't know. Group cosplays are a little weird. They're a little weird for me, and I feel like if you do a group cosplay, it needs to be like 4 people or less. I think 6 max. But this was a solid, like, 15, 20 of us. Brain melting. It was awful. But yeah, so this was fun. Eventually, I am actually working on a gender bent Suga. I've actually got the female jersey and stuff that I'm printed, put on. I just have to add the orange to it. Otherwise, it's good to go. This was also Anime Pasadena. Yes, this was Anime Pasadena. Decided to just go as something super comfy. I was tired of cons at this point. I was over it. I was ready to be done. But yeah, I don't think I really have too many exciting costume stories about this one. I'm trying to think. I don't think I do. I don't know. It's MHA. It's fine. I am like 3 seasons behind, and that's probably why I'm kind of like it's okay. It could be better. So that'll be something I'll catch up on sometime. But as far as it goes, this was just a costume I did. This was WonderCon. Again, back in April. Fun story about this costume. I went thrifting for the entire thing like 2 days before the con. This ended up being a surprise costume. So the people that I was going with, we all kind of did like a Marvel / Spidey day one day. And so they were expecting me to pull out Mary Jane because I had worn her previously to other cons. And I'm kind of getting ready in the morning, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pull this one out because I think this is going to be hilarious. So I pull out Gwen just out of thin air, basically, to everybody. But it was really cool. It was really fun to kind of see everybody. I was the only Gwen in this outfit. So when we went to go do the Spider-Man, like, cosplay gathering shoots, I was the only Gwen there, so I was the only one that had to die. So there's several photos of me, like, laying dead on the stairs where we all took photos, and I'm kind of just, like... and I have a few Spideys that are in agony, like, no! So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. It was a running joke that basically, that Spider-Man should not drop me. And there was one Spider-Man that decided to pick me up and kind of carry me for a little bit. And then he said that same line in my ear and then did like the false drop on me. Oh, bitch. Your girl screamed. I don't think I have broken the sound barrier like that in a while. So, that was fun. This was a fun costume, and I definitely like it, and I would like to bring it back to other things again sometime soon. So, it was cool. Back in May, Amy and Kanani came down to come shoot in LA. And they invited all of us LA girls to come out and come shoot, come do some stuff. Yes. Yes. Give me the butts. So we were all kind of chatting on, like, the different things that we should have done. So I ended up shooting Celti. Eventually I'll see the photos. I know Kanani's busy, so I'm doing my best to be like, it's okay, take your time, I appreciate you, thank you. But we got these photos back. Kanani kind of went through, double-checked, to make sure that it was okay for both of us. And I said, it's great, it looks like a fun set. It did not get taken by Deviants, which is unfortunate. I figured that they probably would because it had Amy in it. Unfortunately, it's just that our chemistry wasn't reading, which is understandable, considering the costumes and the studio that we were in. Now, this studio isn't much bigger than the room that I'm currently in. It's like a 12 by 12, maybe it's like a 12 by 15 sort of room. All four walls have something neon on them. There's no air conditioning. I don't know if you guys know, neon lights get really hot really fast. So I shot Celti first, and I am melting. Thankfully, the way that I shot Celti was I kept her mask on the whole time. So I didn't have to do any face makeup. But I got out of that costume and started putting together my face. It was basically instantly melting. And so as me and Amy are trying to shoot this, we actually shot this backwards, where we started out naked, and then progressively added stuff back on, because there was just no way we were going to stay in these suits for any prolonged period of time. There was no way. So we tried shooting this as quick as we could, as fast as we could, so we didn't have to die. And I sweated buckets. You could probably ask Malady. So Malady was also there, because she also shot stuff with us. I probably turned to Malady several times and was like, I just need something to, like, blot my face, because I've never had, like, my forehead have just, like, beads of sweat for prolonged periods of time. This was awful. So yeah, I mean, it's a really cool set, it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it will not be a Cosplay Deviants exclusive. Me and Amy are going to be working on trying to find a way to release it to the world sometime. So yeah. This was fun. This was a good time. Let me see. Oh! So, week before Anime Expo. The week before Anime Expo. Now, mind you, my Anime Expo started on, like, a Wednesday, because we were doing the Shoot Fest, that led into Anime Expo, and then it was the 4 days of Anime Expo. So this is the weekend before, which means I had like 3 days before Anime Expo actually started with the shoots. I don't want to say I got bullied into, but I got bullied into being a part of this X-Men shoot. So, I originally didn't plan on doing the shoot at all. Originally, I was like, I already am working on so many other photo shoots. I don't have the funds in order to get something together for you. You know, it's not falling in the cards. It then got down to the wire. We had like 2 weeks, 3 weeks left, before the planned shoot. And our, like, group chat was going off, popping. and we were trying to find fillers of some characters, and they ended up having Kitty Pryde still available. And originally I was thinking, I was like, if I could, I would, but I don't think it's likely. So I didn't, really worry too much about it. But then they were like, yo, you should just do it. It would look really cool on you. And I was like, okay, fine. So it was the day before the shoot that this costume got to my doorstep. I was a day away from not making it. But it was a lot of fun. It ended up being a massive X-Men shoot. I know that I posted photos of it where we had like the old generation, new generation. Admittedly, I'm not an X-Men person. I'm not much of a comic book person. But that doesn't stop me from like, if you want to do this character, go do your research on him. So I kind of really only got like Kitty side of things. I didn't really get the whoever else we had in different places. So it's okay. It was fun. We had a good time. But yeah, I was a day from not making this shoot. And looking back on it, I probably would have been really sad if I didn't go. Because I got this stellar photo. Like, I cannot tell you what my hair is doing, but it looks so good. So good. And the body pose, everything. I don't know. This is like my favorite photo of this set that we got shot. And I haven't posted it anywhere, and I'm like, I should post it. So, I'll probably do that in the new year. But yeah. So that's this one. Let's see, what's the next one? Oh! We did a Skate Infinity group. Again, I think we ended up having 5. We ended up having 5 because we did have a Joe. We kind of put this together, and it was a lot of fun. I really liked this. I'd been working on doing Mia for ages at this point, and I finally got around to doing his skateboard. But the fun thing that I did about his skateboard, which big brain plays here, I took the skateboard design and printed it on multiple pages that fit the dimensions of my skateboard, cut it out, and like taped it onto my board, and then took like water markers, like paint markers, to the different designs to where I didn't actually have to paint it, because otherwise I was freehanding it, but I realized how much I was messing up on it. Because, I mean, while I'm decent at freehanding, I'm also really nitpicky on making sure that, like, my reference points are actually meeting, and it got about halfway through where they stopped meeting where they should have, and I was starting to get really frustrated. So I was like, okay, let me figure out something else to do for this. So, I cheated, and printed, and taped, and did some paint markers. But it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed this. We ended up, at like a park. Not a park, but like there's like a little walkway that was like, no skateboarding. And we all sat at the sign and we're all like, so it was cool. I'm definitely excited for season 2. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh no, where did we go? Where are we? Oh, we're actually quite a bit through. Hey, you wanna? Thank you. So yeah, so I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I love my sports animes. Okay, this was, I think this was Anime Riverside. I'm pretty sure this was Riverside. Again, I got invited to do groups both of these days for Anime Riverside. So, first day we did a skate. Second day we did a Jujutsu Kaisen group. This day, I decided to take my niece And she wanted to go meet the voice actors for Naruto. So they basically had a good chunk of all of the voice actors. At the time, it was like one of the biggest reunions of all the voice actors. And we sat in line to meet this lady that voices Naruto all day. I'm not kidding. It was from open of con to about an hour before closing. We wouldn't have made it if we didn't cut in line. We wouldn't have made it. And then I figured out how to make alliances with people. And it was really funny. There was one guy that I was standing roughly in line with, that I was kind of chatting with. And we were behind him originally. And, then we did our cutting fiasco. And kind of got a few more down. And then he comes in, and he spots me, and he's like... And I'm like, shh, don't tell anyone. Shh, nobody knows. And he was like, good for you. So it was really cool. Like, we all had a very much unwritten rule of like, don't rat anybody out. But they were just having a lot of issues because they weren't giving people limits on how many things to sign. So there were people that came in with the wagons full of like pop figures and random things, and they made the voice actor sign every single one of them. So there were multiple people that did that and would bring bins upon whatever. So like the lines were just not moving, and it sucked. But we managed to make it. We made friends to where I got both Yuri to sign it, Yuri Lowenthal, and, Maggie, that's not even her name, the voice actor for Naruto. We did like a cool dual print with both of them. And we got both of them to sign it. I'll take it as a win. So yeah, that was this day. I didn't eat it all that day, and neither did my niece, and I feel so bad. Oh, this was an anime expo. I got another one with Starless. So I don't know how this one came about, but I think we both kind of spotted this together on both of like our costume lists, and I was like, hey, we should do this. We should shoot this. I can make that work. I've always wanted to. So I think I definitely pushed a little more. But bless, because she was like, sure, yeah, let's go. So we get there, and we're shooting. And she has basically told me that she's retiring this costume. She's never gonna wear it again. And I'm like, that's fine. I just needed it for a shoot. Perfect. I'll take it. So I'm glad that it worked out, because this is a set that is currently in queue for CD. So we're hoping that it moves. But again, we shot so many duos during Anime Expo that like I don't know when any of them are ever gonna go live. So we'll see what happens, but this was a lot of fun to put together. We found like the perfect set piece for Karuta. So I don't think anybody knows, but Inu Xboku, or Inuboku, is my favorite. Second favorite. It's my second favorite anime. But I like it for the reasons that the anime didn't cover. So, it's fine. It's fine, we're good. So, but yeah, this was beautifully shot. And, so Karuta's powers, she actually turns into this giant skeleton. And in this room, there's a giant skeleton on the wall. So we kind of shot around that for the background for a little bit of it, and it turned out so cool. I love this set. It's super pretty, and it was all done by natural light. So everything's very soft and subtle, and it just looks really pretty, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, more sets for us. Yay! What else do I have? Okay. I don't remember when I did this, but I know that I did this, because that's clearly me. It was before October, because this was before the new Bleach season came out. Anyway, I did Momo. I love Momo. Momo is my favorite. Which is unfortunate. It's always unfortunate. But I'm bringing her to ALA. So, it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, I really like her character. I ended up being like an hour late to this shoot, and then I got there, and I couldn't fit into my costume very well, so I had to sit there with like safety pins in trying to put everything together. So I'm gonna have to do that for ALA again. But at least I know that this time, so I can plan a little bit more accordingly. So I might need to have a little help one day for that. But I'm gonna go back and do her original design with like her bun. And then, you know, I've got Tubi Yume. So I'm excited. I think she's adorable. She's very cute and I like her a lot. So, yee. Oh, I got invited to do a free reign shoot. I didn't really have any characters done or planned or anything like that, but because one of my friends was so behind, in meeting me for a shoot, he was like, here, we're doing something a little later, you should come bring some stuff. So I was like, okay, what can I throw together? And not knowing what I really had, I kind of threw together Darkwa for a minute. Kind of got a little mad because I wasn't exactly fitting in the costume like I should have. But then, you know, got some photos. I need to make her Keyblade. So I think that's something that I'm going to be working on. And then I'm also going to try actually making her armor pieces. Instead of them being the foam, weird sewed stuff, padded weird garbage. I'm gonna actually try to make them and coat them and do some cool fun stuff with them. So yeah, this was fun. This was a fun kind of like last minute throw together. Let's see what happens. This was the shoot that friend was late to. We were shooting Shinobu. He's asked to shoot my Shinobu so many times. I think Shinobu's definitely one of his favorite characters. And I mean, I'm not the only one. There's several people that do it down here, but I seem to be more of one of the more consistent ones that, like, I haven't gotten rid of her and I haven't changed her in a while. I need a new wig because the one I have is so small. It sucks. But yeah, this was fun. We got down to Pasadena, and then the photographer was like, hey, I forgot my photography equipment. I will be back in like an hour and a half. And I was like, I could have slept. Cool. So, kind of just took some time, did a little bit of extra makeup. It was a good time, had, you know, whatever. And, it's a lot of fun. And my sword is real. So, I can actually do a stabby with this. Will I? I will try not to. I will try to be good. So, your girl. Hear me out. I had Mavis sponsored. Was really only going to just, like, shoot the sponsored content out of it. But since I was going to shoot something else, we ended up shooting Mavis as a cosplay deviant set. That is now in queue. So it was super impromptu. It was basically like hey, since I know that you've got stuff already, we might as well shoot it. And I was like, sure, okay. Oh, sure. I mean, I was just gonna send photos to the guy that sponsored the costume, but you know, cool. I can do that. I'm not opposed to using extra time to make extra stuff. So, I was able to kind of get that done, and I think it looked really cool. I got the notice that, like, it's already saved for Halloween next year, so we're getting another Mavis set for Halloween. But yeah, so that's the story for this one. This one was a lot of fun to kind of put together. This was the mummy that I shot before Mavis. We got put together to do a spooky ho shit is how it got put. So we were all kind of assigned different like different monsters, and I ended up getting the mummy, which is not the worst thing in the world. So I spent the night before this shoot, like, dyeing all of the bandages in tea and letting them sit in my garage to dry, to where they could kind of have that, like, just a little bit off-white color. So that was fun. I loved that. I think my garage still smells like tea. But this was a lot of fun. So Lachey, our photographer, she ended up setting this up in her garage, and this is where everybody was going to be shooting all of their monster stuff. But unfortunately, I had to do it a little bit earlier because the day everybody decided to do it was it was on my birthday. So I was like, hey, I'm trying to leave that open. Can I go earlier? So I ended up shooting this a few days before, and then you know, then we got this, and then we got Mavis, and I can't complain. I'm good with both. Both look great. I had such a fun time doing this. This was such a cool concept. I definitely think I want to revisit it a little bit more another time, so we'll see what happens. I shot Gwen. It did not get taken. But this is another Anime Expo shoot. I will not stay on this one. I shot Makima at ALA. So this is my Makima. It's one of the few actually, like, clothed shots. But yeah, this was one of my favorite shots. One of my favorite shoots to do. It's a good time. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys! It just hit midnight! It just hit midnight! Yay! I'm so glad that lasted! I didn't think I was gonna last. Bitch. Alright. It's New Year's. We made it to New Year's. Hot damn. Okay. I can't hear any of the stuff. I'm not close enough to LA to really know. But I just wanted to let y'all know. Happy New Year's. Thanks for spending it with me. Thanks for coming to chat. Thanks for, you know, exploring my past photo shoots and stuff. I'm gonna continue going through this because I think it's just really cool to kind of sit down and kind of revisit where things are going. And where things have been. Oh, nope, I hear fireworks. Is that fireworks or is that thunder? I don't know. because I think it's still raining. But I couldn't tell ya. Oh yeah, we only got it. We only got a few more left. It's fine. We can make it. We can make it. Anyway, this was a fun shoot. I know that I've also got other photo sets from this group of Shoot Fest from ALA. I just don't have them. I know that I shot a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. I shot a Black Cat Mary Jane set. I shot something else. There's something else. I don't know. But this was definitely not the most intensive Shoot Fest, and this was really nice to kind of go through. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Get ready for feet pics, guys. This is the single set I'm ever doing with my feet. This was for our Cosplay Deviant 2023 bunny calendar submissions. I tried to do Choo Choo. I asked a friend, who's actually one of my mods here, whenever he decides to come when I tend to shit talk about him. But Di ended up doing a 3D, model for me, and then I sat and I printed out her guitar, and I put the guitar together, and it was a nightmare, but I made it work. And I thought that this was such a good idea for the dumb calendar. This was actually going to be my ace in the hole, and I'm very sad it didn't make it in, because the photos that I have in this set are so good. They're so good. But no. I at least made it in the calendar. I can't complain. But I was really looking forward to it being, this character specifically, because, I try to go in with, a character that I like the most, or that I have, the most effort thrown into, and then I kind of work on other ones that don't have as much effort, but that are still just as likely. So this ended up being the one that I spent so long on, doing everything. It ended up not getting picked. I have something else in the calendar. So yeah, it was cool. This was another one of my ones that I was banking on getting into the calendar. Because I didn't think that anybody was going to do a Hatsune Miku. And I was like, yo, Hatsune Miku has 30,000 variants at this point. Why has nobody done one? So, I was also banking on this one to be a winter month, so a December month. But unfortunately, it also didn't get taken. Because again, I got picked for something else. So, I've actually, I think it's really cute. We're gonna try to revisit this another time with my photographer, and actually make a legit set out of this. I did a photo shoot of Clara. I love her so much. Y'all don't understand. She's such a good bean. Yeah, I love this set. I'm so excited about this set. I went in with, so basically Clara, her backstory is that she is a failed idol. She failed at making music. So she opted to do Pokemon instead and become a Pokemon trainer. Bitch. Okay, I guess that works. So I basically went into this shoot as, okay, my concept idea for this, I'm gonna play this big brain. I'm gonna make this photo shoot like the photo shoot for her album cover. on like what it would have looked like. And I was like, this is such a good idea. So I'm glad it has worked out because it's a set and queue. So we're working slowly on getting that one in, but it's been good. I'm excited about her. I really like this set. There's a lot of really good photos in this. I also, the same day, shot my Valentine. So I'm hoping that I can get this released for Valentine's Day. Because duh. So it's a set and queue. Duh. But this was a lot of fun to put together. I realized when I got to the studio that I didn't bring her, I didn't have shoes for her. And I was like, that should be okay. I see a lot of sets right now without shoes. So I think it worked out okay. I'm excited about it. I had a good time making it. It's very much a Valentine's Day. I've got rose petals on the ground. I've got like heart confetti. I definitely played with her name for this set. So I'm hoping that it goes relatively well. So yeah, I'm excited to bring her to ALA this next weekend. Hoping to, have a good time with that. But yeah, her wig is the reason I'm never taking her to like an out-of-state con, because I don't know if I could fly with her wig and not have to refix it, because I don't know how to fix it. So I'm going to avoid that. And she's been in a box for a while, so I am going to be taking her out, doing a little bit of touch-up, seeing what I need, but otherwise, I'm really in love with this set, and I'm gonna hope that I can do a little finagling and see if they're planning on doing anything for Valentine's Day, and if they are, they have a perfect set right here. Okay, this ended up being my 2023 Cosplay Deviant Bunny calendar. So I am actually sharing this with Mahu Melon. This was actually one of the ones I was like the least comfortable doing. But I think the poses really kind of sold it because, we ended up having a good time kind of throwing things together. And Lachey, she's wonderful at thinking up, different ideas for things. And she has a really good time posing all of us. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I was not expecting this one to get picked. I'm glad it did because I think it works really well. I'm definitely excited. I'm the month of May, if anybody needs to know. If anybody needs a calendar or anything like that, they exist. They're around. You can get me. So yeah. That's what ended up being like the culmination. This is the final photo of what it ends up looking like. So I'm excited about it. I made it in the calendar. I made it on a goddamn month this year. I'm still so bitter about my not being for February. I'm so bitter about it, but it's okay. I at least made a month this year. That's small victories. I'll take small ones. So, anyway, that one's cool. I think this is our last photo. This is a great way to end it because we're all drinking. I did this for guess what con? It was Anime Expo. So yeah, me and Starless just had 18 gajillion different things. So I ended up bringing out Jessie, and she brought Tifa, and we found a great bar studio, and we were like, we have to take advantage of this. So we ended up shooting this. It's a set in queue. And I think there's only one other set that I shot with her, and that is a Birds of Prey trio. With me, Starless, and Malady that we also shot here. But that I don't have photos, but I've got BTS somewhere, but I kind of threw this together kind of last minute, so I apologize. But yeah, this studio was a little weird. It's a little small. It's basically like on somebody's property. And I when I say property, I mean like it's their attached garage that's on like a house lot. And like you have to walk past their main house to get to the garage. And then you have this like small area that this is part of. Really weird. Really bizarre. I'm glad it's worked. I think this set's in queue, one set didn't get taken, and we're waiting on the next set. So we ended up shooting 3 things here. And we'll see how that third one goes. So I have high hopes for it because I think that was stellar. I definitely lived out my Harley Quinn fantasy, for sure. But yeah, I think that's it for my year of review. That's all my cons and costumes and things that I could find offhand. And, I mean, we're 12 minutes into the new year here on the Pacific Coast. So I don't think that's terrible. I definitely could have probably talked your ears off a little bit more, but I think it's okay. I think we did good. I'm gonna go ahead and, get rid of our window capture here. But yeah. Yeah, it was fun to recap. I didn't do this the first year because I didn't have near the amount of content. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all are shaking. So yeah, this is basically my way of doing like the Instagram reel recap right now, where everybody's been posting like, these are all the cool things I've done, and it's just photo after photo after photo after photo. I feel like you kind of have to tell stories with a lot of these, because otherwise you could be like, oh, nice photo, next, oh, nice photo, next, oh, nice photo, next. So like, I feel like the stories are more engaging. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to make this a yearly tradition where I bring in the new year with everybody. I will be streaming the new year. We'll be doing a good fun thing, and you know, I only drank 1, and I still got 3 more to go. But I will probably hold off until next weekend. But yeah, I think that's kind of how this year goes. I'm gonna wrap us up because I know most of us definitely would like to go to bed. It is late enough. We have made it to the new year. So again, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2023. Let's, do what we can to make this year amazing. And I'm looking forward to seeing what all we do, where we go, what kind of content we all make, what kind of content I make, what kind of content... what kind of things everybody gets up to in their lives. It's all really exciting. So I appreciate you guys being a part of my journey for this past year, and actually probably past few years at this point. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and probably call the stream. So y'all go get some sleep. Please don't party too hard. Or party hard, I guess. I will not. I am immediately going straight into this bed right here. I am flopping in. I'm not even gonna change out of this dress. So, I will see you guys, probably in the next little bit. I do plan to try to bring streaming back a little bit more regularly. I am still trying to figure out that schedule, but I'm hoping to kind of come back on Thursdays. So, we'll see what happens. I'll let y'all know in my Discord. So yeah, you guys can follow me on all these cool little social medias down here. Up here. They're all up. The ones that are underneath the lines, those are, my NSFW accounts. That actually follow all of my Deviant content. So, with that, I bid you all farewell and a good night. And I will see you either at ALA or sometime in the future. So, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have fun. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Please leave.